Hey everybody, welcome to my follow-up video on what did and did not work from my Smoky Challenge Adventure Run kit that I took. I've got most of my gear here that I took, not everything, just a couple things I want to touch on. So just remember to please like and subscribe this video. It's going to be down here. If you want to go back and watch the entire video of where I go over my entire kit for the Smoky Challenge Adventure Run, it's going to be right up here. So just go click on that, check it out. So one thing that worked perfectly, and I knew it would because I've had a lot of success with it, is the Ultimate Direction Mountain Vest. This is a 4.0. It's just performed like I knew it would. It held everything securely. Plenty of pockets for all the nutrition I had. It was just a great vest. So I highly recommend the Ultimate Direction Mountain Vest. They've got a 5.0 out now. My buddy has that one, and it's just as good, if not a little bit better. It's got some different pocket configurations. I'm probably going to pick that one up here soon, so I'll give you a little review on that. But along with the vest, you know, I had the reservoir in the back for all of my liquids and bottles in the front with the straws. The straw bottles worked perfectly. Loved them. The reservoir was great too. One thing that didn't work that well, that I was kind of not too surprised about, was the Tailwind. It worked great for the first several hours. You know, I went through almost an entire 2-liter reservoir. But then after that, I didn't really want to drink Tailwind anymore, so I just stuck with water and my food. So I've had that experience before in the heat when using Tailwind for longer than, you know, 6 hours. I've kind of noticed sometimes where my stomach just doesn't really want to take it anymore, so I just stick to water. Anyway, it works great for other people, so continue to use it. It is a good product. Along the lines of nutrition, another thing that worked great was the soft flask for the gels. I was able to use it fine, get it in and out of the vest with it being taped like this. Definitely recommend picking up a flask. Those are fantastic instead of having to rip open individual gels. Let's see. Another thing that was great that I didn't really touch on in my previous video is the headlamp situation. So we spent a lot of time in the darkness, so we started at 2 a.m. So I had the Black Diamond, what is this, the Storm? Yeah, Black Diamond Storm headlamp on my head, and then I just had one of my 300 lumen Energizer lights around my waist, kind of pointed down more. So it really gave me that that 3D light that creates more shadows and depth, so you can see those roots and those rocks better. So another thing that worked awesome that I did not have in my previous video were these little gloves. I picked these up at Walmart for like $7. They're just weightlifting gloves, the Gold's Gym weightlifting gloves. I wore those the entire time, and they were fantastic when using poles. So, you know, you put your hand through like this, grab the pole, and, you know, that's fine for a 20-mile run, but when you're doing a 24-hour run, basically, that can create some friction, some hot spots, some blisters, some chafage on the hand. So with these gloves, I didn't have any issues, nothing at all. It was fantastic. I highly recommend picking up something like this if you're going to do a long haul where you're going to be using poles for 20+ hours. So definite huge success with these gloves here. And the poles were great. I didn't have any issues. They stayed together the way they needed to, and nothing broke. They were awesome. So if you've never used poles before, definitely get a pair, try them out, get that motion going, that good rhythm. It kind of takes a little bit to get used to that. But these are, in my opinion, a must-have for the Smoky Challenge Adventure Run. Another thing that did not work as well as I would have liked was the Garmin InReach Mini. I think this may have been the way we had it set up, though, because we had it set to ping every 30 minutes. And basically what that did was, you know, 30 minutes could be 2 miles, could be 1 slow mile, it could be 3 miles. And whenever it pinged on the map, it would just give us a straight line. So it would say my distance at one point. I think I texted my wife and asked her to look. It said I was like 19 miles in, when in reality I was 29 miles in. So I was quite a bit further. It didn't pick up the zigzags and the turns and all that, because it just connected the dots. I think it would work better if we had the ping set to a lower number, like maybe 10 minutes or even lower than that. But the way we had it set up, it wasn't what I wanted. I wanted people to be able to follow it a little more accurately. With that said, having this little SOS button is a great peace of mind, and just knowing that I could hit that if something happened was great. Another item that was just mainly for peace of mind, and luckily I didn't have to use it at all, was this SOL emergency bivy. It just stayed in the pack the whole time. Same for the rain jacket. It didn't come out once, but great to have them. Let me know that, you know, if I needed it, I had it, and that was you know, just comforting, kind of. All right, well, another item that I didn't really touch on, somebody mentioned in the comments of the video before though, so thank you for that, kind of reminded me, but was a hat, just something simple. This is just something I got off of Amazon, but it did exactly what I wanted it to do. Kept the sun out of my eyes and helped the sweat to bead and drip off the front of the hat instead of coming down my face. So awesome, another cheap item that was just required gear in my opinion, very cool. Last thing I have here were the socks and shoes. Again, the XOSKIN Zotos socks were amazing. I didn't have any creek crossings, but there were times when the sun had come up and there was a lot of dew on this grass that kind of came over the trail, and my shoes got absolutely soaked. My socks got soaked, but I had no issues, no blisters, no hot spots, didn't change socks, didn't change shoes. You know, that was almost 24 hours. It's 23 hours and 41 minutes in the same pair of socks and shoes, and no issues at all. It's just what I come to expect from XOSKIN. These socks are just amazing. If you have not tried them, I cannot recommend them enough. Check out the description below. I'll give you a coupon code where you can go to their website and get, I think, like a 20% discount off their products, but they're definitely worth a try, so please check them out. Lastly, the Hoka Speedgoats, Speedgoat 3s, they did well, fit well, you know, grip was great, didn't have any times where I slipped. I didn't fall at all, which was awesome. I did catch my toe a couple of times and, you know, lunge forward and almost fall, but caught myself. But they're great shoes. I had a little bit of rubbage up here on the top of the shoe on my right foot. But again, with the XOSKIN socks, I didn't have any blisters there or anything, so it was really a non-issue. All in all, a good shoe. A little heavy, but good shoe. The nutrition I took was perfect. This was probably the best long run, race, ultra marathon nutrition and hydration wise that I've ever had. I ate so much food. I drank so many liquids. I peed a lot, which was great because, you know, normally it's kind of hard to stay on top of that. But my burritos that I made were amazing. You know, it was just rice, chickpea, barbecue flavored chickpeas, and guacamole or avocado and lots of salt. They tasted awesome. I think I ate 4 or 5 of those throughout the duration. I had my honey stinger gels, some chews, waffles. What else did I have? At aid station, I had, you know, my own aid station, my crew set up. I had some watermelon. I had some trail mix. I had those calorie bomb cookies my wife made, which were great. I think I had 3 or 4 of those. So I ate a ton of food, but I drank a lot. We refilled, let's see, I forget the name of the shelters now. We refilled water, or I did. I don't know how many times. There's a lot. And I didn't filter. I didn't use my, well, no, I did use the filter once. At one of the shelters, there was kind of a spring, but it was a pool of water. It wasn't running at all, so I just felt better using the filter. All the other times, though, I did not filter. I just put the flask straight up to the pipe where it's dripping out, dipped it in the creek that was flowing quickly, and did not have any issues. So I was comfortable with that, and it was fine. It was nice, cold mountain water. It felt awesome to drink that. Last item I cannot forget to mention because it was amazing was the Coros Apex 46mm. I turned off all of the alert features, all the sound, all the vibrations. I even turned off the optical heart rate monitor because I frankly didn't care what my heart rate was. I knew I wasn't going to be pushing too hard, so I wasn't concerned. But anyway, I had it in the Ultra Max mode just because I was planning to do the double, which would have taken maybe 50 hours. So I needed that extra long battery life. I didn't do the double, but I did it in 23 hours and 41 minutes, and I still had, I think it was 77% battery life left on this thing. So I only used 23% battery for 23 hours. That is amazing. So if you've got a long distance event coming up, something like a 200 miler, anything that's going to take you longer than 30 hours, my goodness, pick this thing up. It is amazing. Just battery life is phenomenal. I cannot recommend it enough. So check out the Chorus. It's an awesome watch. All in all, it's a pretty successful kit. Everything worked the way I wanted it to. So if you're going to go on a long run, I definitely recommend, like I said, checking out that video before of everything I took. Again, I'll link it up here at the top. But yeah, just try this gear out if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments below what works for you. If there's something else that you've tried that I don't have here, I haven't tried, let me know. I'd love to try it. If something you have tried here doesn't work, let me know. Learn from each other. So anyway, thanks for checking this out. Please do remember to like and subscribe. The subscribe button's down in the bottom right-hand corner. Just click that. You'll get more videos from me. I've got another one coming up I'll do probably later in the week.